department is on the front lines and deals with what happens when vehicles collide. Call Captain F.
Good morning, and thank you for having Austin Travis County EMS here. It's not always exciting to be invited to represent, or worse, which in this campaign is exactly what we represent. You can click it or not click it. You may not get a ticket. It may be worse. And I'm here to talk about our experiences and our views on some of this and share that side with you. When I was invited over, I was asked to tally up how many accidents we worked, responded to, and transported people from last year. I did a quick search on our computer, and honestly, the number was too big. I couldn't even count physically the number, so I looked at year to date. So far this year, we've responded to over 5,000 traffic accidents. That's just here in Travis County. Most of the time, we're fortunate. People are not hurt, or they have minor injuries. They live to tell about it, and their life is not negatively impacted. Sometimes, however, for lack of a seatbelt, a very simple device that's been around for a long time, people who are in relatively minor accidents end up with serious or severe injuries. I've had people on the frontage road of I-35 rear end a car at 20 miles an hour. It was nothing. It was an accident that happens every day. Most people walk away with it without injury. But I've been on cases where people, for lack of a seatbelt, have rammed their knees into the dash and broken the largest bones in their body, the femurs. It can cause pain, inconvenience, and injury that lasts a lifetime. You can avoid injuries. I've seen head injuries, back injuries, neck injuries, disabling injuries from accidents that people should have walked away from and could have walked away from simply by wearing a seatbelt. Sometimes when we talk to people, and we often do, that we end up taking to the hospital after an accident, we ask them, so why weren't you wearing your seatbelt? And we hear a lot of reasons. I forgot. Or, I don't know. That's a very common one. I have yet to find a really good reason. And I've seen people, as I said, seriously hurt as a result. It's just not worth it. Seatbelts, at a minimum, keep minor accidents minor. Perhaps if we thought of seatbelts as a quality of life issue, as opposed to saving lives, which they do every day of the year, maybe you could wear a seatbelt so that when you have a minor accident, it stays minor. And you don't have to pay for that accident for weeks or months or years, simply because you wanted to avoid the inconvenience of wearing a seatbelt. We hope you do that. We know for a fact that seatbelts save lives. We have people come out alive from accidents that look horrific, where we know it's going to be a body count, and we get to the vehicle and they're alive. And they're alive because of simple technology like seatbelts and airbags. We all get in the car and we think, I'm a really good driver. I don't really need the seatbelt. What you're forgetting in those cases is everybody else on the road. Not only the 1 in 10 who aren't wearing their seatbelt, but the person who's distracted and crosses the center line and hits the front of your car. The person who comes out of a side street and T-bones you. The person who rear ends your vehicle. You had no say-so in it. It wasn't your driving that caused the accident, but you're going to pay for it, and you're going to pay more if you don't wear your seatbelt. Then you come to us. Paramedics deal with people every day in bad situations, and one thing that makes our job even harder is dealing with people who we know are now at a deficit and are going to be in pain and suffer adverse sequelae from these injuries for the rest of their life because of one poor decision. We ask that you don't make that decision. You be kind to your family, your loved ones, and your paramedics. Again, thank you for having us. Please wear your seatbelt.
Thank you, Captain Rutledge. The citizens of Austin and Travis County are fortunate to have professionals like you to help us whenever bad things happen. I'd like to thank all of our speakers for being here today to help us remind drivers and passengers how important it is to always buckle up for every trip you take. It doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you're in. It doesn't matter if you're in the front or the back seat. It doesn't matter if it's day or night. What does matter is that you always wear your seat belt, because it can protect you in a crash and protect you from getting an expensive ticket. Soon you will see gas ads, gas station ads, billboards, online ads, and radio and TV ads reminding you to buckle up. So as we approach the Memorial Day holiday and the busy summer driving season that's coming, I hope everyone will remember this: click it or ticket.